Hello students, Professor Mark Schofield III here. Welcome back to another lesson in Noticeably Bad Lip Syncing 101. Today we're going to be looking at the music video for the song Beautiful Day by Mark Schofield III, no relation. He is a relatively new student in the art of lip syncing, so it's going to be a little bit worse. There are subtle details that I think you may be able to pick up on at this point, but no worries if you can't. We'll get there by the end of the semester. Let's jump in.
I look out my window and see it's raining.
You can see the very subtle, the vowel shapes aren't quite right.
I don't like the rain. Makes things gloomy outside. But then I think of the rain.
And here you see the biggest difference here is of the rainbow, of. It's a more of a U sound. But the way he shaped his mouth there in the lip syncing, it was more of an ooh the rainbow. And unless you're doing a bad Irish accent, it's not going to be ooh the rainbow. Let's continue.
Rainbow that might come later, and I think it might just be a good day. Now it's a good day. The sun is shining.
Again, do you see the problem this time? You get a little bit more of the soon as opposed to sun. It's kind of the reverse of the problem he had before. He's tending to have some issues with this vowel shape, and I've seen some of it in your work, where you're not quite nailing the shape of the vowels in your lip syncing. So that's something you want to watch out for, because it will be on the exam.
Don't need anything to do anything. I really like the view from outside my window.
Now the cutaway is very interesting, because most people don't like to use cutaways because they feel like it's cheating. But here's the thing: using a cutaway is not cheating. Using a cutaway is the best way to lessen the amount of lip syncing that you have to do, and it makes it a little bit easier because it's still the same quality of a product. The final assignment will still be the same quality, but you're using your resources, like the outside view of your window, as a cutaway, so that way you have less to do in the practical lip syncing. It's very smart. Not everyone thinks to do that, but it's very good that he tried to do this. Nice job, Mark. Let's continue.
And the kids are playing in the street. There's a bright golden sun in the sky. I think.
If you back up, you can see there's a wind machine, there's a fan or some other sort of a wind-producing device, and it's subtly affecting his hair and his shirt. It's not doing a ton, but what it is doing is making noise. And in fact, you can't hear it. Is the biggest piece of evidence that we have that he is not singing live, that he is lip-syncing, because if there were a fan, it would be making noise. It's something that a lot of new students overlook, but make sure you don't. It is the biggest way. It's low-hanging fruit to get you marked down. So make sure that if you're going to lip sync a video, that you do not leave anything noisy like a fan on. Keep that in mind. It's going to be very important on the exam.
I might just be okay. It's not perfect.
See, here you see this kind of over-exaggerated. Most people, when they're talking, talk like this, where their vowel shapes are kind of mild. But what he's doing in that scene is more talking like this, and most people don't open their mouths that much. It makes you sound like you're trying to do a bad accent, but it isn't going well. And the vocals sound like he's opening his mouth a normal amount, but the visuals make it seem as if he's opening his mouth quite a lot, and it's giving you quite the difference in perception, because the way that he's moving his mouth live does not look like how you're hearing the vowels corresponding in the vocals, which is a very, very clear distinction to his lip syncing.
But it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
This is enthusiasm. No one has as much enthusiasm.
It's a beautiful day.
Oh, he's holding the note out too long. You see that? That's a big deal. It's very important. You don't hold your notes out too long.
It's a beautiful day.
See, quite a common mistake here. He went up in the vocal line, but acted as if he were going down when he was singing live. And that it may have been a difference in the track from before and after recording, It may have been a mistake in his brain, but it's a very easy mistake to make. You have to double check to make sure that the facial expressions you're doing match the velocity of the pitch. If it's going up, you need to look like you're going up. If it's down, you need to look like you're going down. This isn't something you can be doing anymore. It's very easy to do, but you have to be better. You have to make sure you double check it.
Hey, it's a beautiful day.
Oh no! Oh goodness! See, this is probably the biggest mistake you can possibly make. They chose. I don't know why they chose this. I didn't teach him, but I for some reason they chose to have him not sing a line. And fun fact: unless you're a ventriloquist, if you are singing something, you cannot sing it without moving your mouth. And to the best of my knowledge, he might be, but I don't think he's a ventriloquist. So that means that he's obviously lip syncing. It is like handing a piece of paper to them saying, "Hey, guess what? I'm lip syncing," and that is never something you want to see. I don't know why they decided to make that choice, but it is going to get him marked down a full letter grade probably. He instantly, oh goodness. Don't do that, okay? And here we see another, probably the second biggest problem I've seen is, it's just like with the vowel shape, he had the problem and he had the inverse of the problem. And here you saw earlier that over-exaggerated lip shape, but now you get this kind of under-exaggerated. If you look at how my mouth is moving right now, it's opening and the shape varies. But the way he's moving his mouth in the video makes it seem much more like he's mumbling. But the audio quality isn't mumbling, it's normal talking, which means that his mouth has to be moving this much, but it's not. And that's a fundamental disconnect that will get him marked down several points.
It's a beautiful day.
So this student earned a B-, and that is because, like I said, he got marked down a full letter grade for not singing when he was supposed to be singing. He wasn't singing, he wasn't lip syncing to one of the lyrics, which is going to get you marked down a full letter grade. And unless you want that to happen to you, you need to make sure that you don't do that. And then there were several other errors that I pointed out throughout the video. You have the different vowel shapes that don't match. You have the occasionally he missed a line. I didn't really point that out. Go back through if you want to, which you probably should. Your homework tonight is to go back through and find the times where he missed a lyric, or he was slightly off, or too soon or too late. He held out some notes too long. It just didn't quite match. There was a fundamental disconnect between what he was singing and what it looked like he was singing. And I think that if you really want to get an A, if you really want to show the board members who are going to be scoring these final exams, and also your teachers here that are going to be scoring your quizzes and tests, that you know what you're doing, you have to be able to match it. You have to be able to make it appear as if what you're singing live is the same thing in the same time as the vocals that you already recorded. Or some students want to record it live, and that is definitely something you can do, and it will increase your chances tenfold of getting an A. But a lot of people don't do it correctly, and it knocks them down even more. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. You can if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would recommend, however, studying this, using this as your example of what not to do, and then go watch the other materials that I provided, and make sure you join us tomorrow for the next lesson, where we continue to break down the mistakes that some people have made in the past year's videos, so that you don't make the same mistake. Like I said, your assignment is to go back through and look for the disconnect in the timing. That will be great the next time I see you in class. Good luck and have fun.